Hello everyone and welcome to the Right Stuff Anime Podcast. Today's March 8th, 2019. We're coming to you from the corporate headquarters located in Grimes, Iowa, which is just outside the city of Des Moines. Let's get this party started.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Today it's episode 3 at Right Stuff Anime. And it's also a Friday.
Yes.
Friday, March 8th.
That feels good.
Is it?
That feels good.
Okay.
That feels real good. Friday.
But kind of just to kick off for the weekend, starting off with our podcast, we thought we would just like to start off with a game today. This game was made from one of our lovely coworkers on our social media team. It's called Anime Lost in Translation. So happens is there's a title, an anime title that's being put into Google Translate, and then it gets translated into other many different languages. Mm-hmm. And at the end you get this one word. And I'm going to give you the ending result, but you have to guess what was the original.
Wow. Okay.
What anime title it came from.
Oh boy.
This sounds fun and hard at the same time. I'm not playing by myself though, right?
No.
Like Thomas is
I
playing.
actually haven't looked at this,
Thomas
so
is-
I'll be
okay.
pretty new to it. I skimmed over part of it, but not the answers. So
Yeah. So the first two I'm gonna give to you guys. Well, the first one is it's just gonna be a warm up round, so we kind of understand what the hell I'm
Okay.
doing.
I think I'm ready.
We ready?
Okay.
Is everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay. So this has been translated so many times through Japanese, then to Korean, then to Hebrew, then to Turkish, Spanish, Hindi, Hawaiian, Filipino, and back to English. And the final result of this word is boy. What do you think the original
The original
title, anime title was put into Google Translate?
And it ended up boy.
For something like boy.
my guess is Boy and the Beast.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Excellent
You
guess,
really
though.
shot down. like,
Excellent guess.
wrong.
That's a good
I
guess.
thought it was a good guess.
It was.
Does this final one just end up being one word then?
Yeah.
Does Thomas have, so it ends up just being one word?
Yeah.
And it was,
Like, is this a thing where it's like, where it like starts as like multiple words, but then it ends at like one word?
It could end up with
Sometimes-
one word, or it can end up with a certain phrase.
Okay.
So it can end up with multiple words, or maybe just one word.
This is way harder than I would have thought.
Maybe like wolf?
This is the warm-up round? Yeah, I like that.
Wolf children? Yeah.
Incorrect.
No.
I like this incorrect voice.
It ends up just boy.
Well, what other
And there's a
things
lot
have
of
boy in it?
boys in every show, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. That's
Well, that's why I'm thinking of titles that actually have the word boy.
Yeah,
in
see,
it.
that's what I'm doing too.
Oh.
I
How
don't
about
know if that's the right way to go.
Boys B? Maybe.
That's a good one.
That's a probably
Incorrect.
All right, how many incorrects can we give?
That,
Well, I think everybody's had a
yeah,
guess.
that last one
Yeah.
I answered. So what's the
Original was Cowboy Bebop. Was
ends
put
up
in-
as boy?
And it ends up boy when you're translating it so many times through all these these languages.
What? How does the bebop get lost? Like
Gets lost
I
in
wanna know what happens to
translation.
the
Lost
cow.
it, literally
Yeah.
lost it.
Where's the cow go?
Bebop, yep.
Okay.
That makes a little bit.
Yeah, I can see
I
it.
was just thinking of titles that had the word boy, and I mean, cowboy does have boy, but not boy just has the word itself.
Yeah.
But after it goes from Japanese to Korean
Yeah.
to Hebrew to Spanish back to English.
I think everything went
Yeah,
to hell
boy.
when we translated
Wow, you
it
like
in
actually
Hawaiian.
remembered all these languages.
That's my one skill.
Okay, so
Photographic memory.
Yeah.
let's see if you remember all these languages on the
Okay.
next one. Is everyone pretty warmed up?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess.
Let's try another
Or did
one.
I break your?
Yeah.
break your hope?
That's it. I quit.
Okay, so this one was put into Google Translate. It was translated to Swahili, Japanese, Spanish, Icelandic, Lao, Bulgarian, Sudanese, Ukrainian, Hebrew, and finally back to English. And the result is of that English word, it's actually two words, the wind. So the result is the wind. What do you think was the original anime title?
I'll say
That was-
Nausicaa.
That was exactly what I was
I'll say
gonna
Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. I'll get it wrong, but I'm going to say that without hesitation.
Good guess, but incorrect.
Oh, man.
Wind.
The wind rises?
Another excellent guess, and that is also
That's a really
incorrect.
actually
I'm
good
sorry.
guess.
God, I had
What else
Nazca
has
in
the
my
wind?
head like immediately when I heard the wind.
Now the Colors of the Wind song is in my head. Oops.
I'm gonna. I can't remember what the title was, but it was that short studio. I think it was Studio Pontiac film. I think it was. It was the Typhoon Norida, the one about the kids that get stuck in the school during a typhoon.
You're kind of getting close because it's kind of in the same studio. Can I give him?
Mary and the Witch's
Yeah.
Flower.
Incorrect.
We're going to start yelling Studio Pontiac film.
Let's see if we can narrow it down a little bit. It's a Studio Ghibli film.
Okay, so we can give him.
Oh.
We can give him.
It wasn't Nausicaa.
Yeah, and it wasn't Nausicaa.
My
It
Neighbor-
was not.
My Neighbor
Incorrect.
Totoro.
The wind.
And it wasn't the wind
Oh, that was a good
rises.
one.
Literally.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Nope, and it was not The Wind Rises.
Ponyo. The
No.
wind. Spirited Away.
Bingo!
Oh,
We have a winner.
Nailed it.
Spirited Away becomes The Wind.
I was about ready to just go through all the Ghibli
Kind of
stuff.
very symbolic, right there. You know, spirits.
Yeah, absolutely. I see it.
Transparency, feeling.
All the different spirits of the wind.
Okay.
Not bad.
All right, so that was the warm up round. You
Oh,
guys
man.
wanting more?
I need at least one more to try and get this.
You gotta get a win.
redemption. Yeah. If not, then I'll study up and return to this here next time.
All right. So this was translate. So enter into Google Translate. It went to Lao, Macedonian, Scots Gaelic, Croatian, Welsh, Hindi, Hungarian, Arabic, Bulgarian, French, Czech, and I apologize if I'm gonna get this one wrong. Yoruba, and then and then back to back to English. And the result is soap with nuts. Soap with nuts.
It's a family show still.
It is. It's a family show. And it's a very
Bar
wholesome
soap
title.
with some nuts in a bowl. No, it's actually just soap with nuts, but not with the bowl.
What? The looks on everyone's face right now is just—that's exactly how I'm feeling. Let's see.
Except me, because I have.
I don't
answers.
know. Yeah. Can you tell us the studio again, like last time? Are there any hints on this, or like the
Well,
vendor?
it's kind of a series that's. Are we giving hints, Michael? I guess we're giving.
I was gonna think that if memory serves, the current license holder is Funimation.
Okay.
And that
helps
narrows
a
it
little
down.
bit.
I know. I'm trying to get
Got a
help you a
very
little bit
extensive
here.
catalog, but that helps take something down.
It is a
soap?
popular series.
It's older, but it's
Does that
definitely
help?
popular.
Older, popular Funimation.
Dragon Ball.
Is soap with nuts?
That would be an excellent guess, but incorrect.
Love to hear how you.
I'll say Yu Yu Hakusho.
And also incorrect.
That's also incorrect.
Dang it. Spice and Wolf.
No, that's another good guess.
Yeah, that's actually a really good guess.
So let's give another hint. For those of you that maybe are up on things going on, there's been talk of this anime being remade.
Oh, Fruits Basket.
Yeah, there we go.
And
Soap with
actually, it
nuts.
is getting remade.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that we're like a month
So that's
out.
where the nuts came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was a lot harder than I would have ever thought. But okay, I'll study up for next time and try to get one of these right. But I will say, if anybody has games like these that they play at their clubs or when you get together with friends or do something like that, to drop us a note on social media, because these are a lot of fun and we do a lot of team building and teamwork things to try and keep everybody learning more and on your toes. And I've never done something like this. That's a lot harder than I would have thought, but I think we're going to try some of these for the company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I can't remember what is the word games where like you're given like two different words and it associates to something else. I can't remember what the game was, but I remember we used to play it in like high school in English courses and stuff like that. But that kind of reminds me of, except for in a very, very odd way, it reminds me of that. But
Just keep translating.
yeah.
Well, guys, what's been going on this week? I mean, Anime Madness, if anybody has been getting excited
Yes.
every year. I mean, this is now, we've got a few days left by the time this drops to get brackets in. So we've got a couple really good prize packs. All the vendors chipped in some stuff, and actually it's going to be fantastic, and we'll get some pictures put up and posted online so you can see what you're going to win. But you still have a little bit of time to get your bracket in. Brackets are due by the 11th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, midnight the 11th. So that's
Which is
Monday, March
Sunday.
11th. Yeah, okay.
Sunday,
So we got to
Sunday,
get these in as soon as you can. But it looks like, are we going to be filling out brackets here, Thomas?
Yes, we all the employees here have filled out brackets. I was the lucky one put in charge of scoring them this year. But the thing that I've loved the most is I feel I've seen a lot of comments on social media where people have been saying that, oh, it's easy this year, I'm going to win. So the one thing that I don't think people take into account is the fan bases for these things. We will come out of the woodwork to make sure their title or their characters that they love, make sure their shows win.
Absolutely.
So as much as you may be confident in what the winner is, you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Hatsune Miku may come out of nowhere and win it all.
Seen it before.
Have you won before?
I have, in the past, not been able to participate because we had a marketing rule and a merchandising rule where we weren't allowed to actually play with the rest of the company. But this year, we've turned them in so far in advance, and everybody's kind of on board here that we've opened it up and everybody gets to play. So...
And I can vouch for what Thomas said about it seems easy on the outside because I've filled one out the last 3 years. And the last 3 years, I was confident that I had the winner, and I've either finished last or next to last every single year.
Yeah, you're echoing stuff. Every year we see online and people saying, oh, easy one, easy one, easy one. I can guarantee you, or say it is not that easy because, as you said, the fan bases can stay quiet for a while and then come out for this exact kind of thing. Did we talk about this a little bit last time with Anime Madness?
The last podcast I know we talked about, I was hard at work getting things all set up. So those of you can now go on and see who has been picked to be in this year's Anime Madness, the 32 titles that are on here. And I've tried to set it up so there would be a little excitement right in the first round. I mean, we've got Sailor Moon versus Cardcaptor Sakura. The battle of the magical girls right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cardcaptor just came off having a new anime, the Clear Card arc, and Sailor Moon just had a new version, more closer to the manga, released about a couple of years ago too. So both of them have had new interests kind of breathed into them. Not to mention Sailor Moon's got the new internal editions coming out through Kodansha right now, which are just absolutely beautiful. They went back and they've redone some of the translations as well. And this month we have a special promotion going on too. If you order any of the Sailor Moon mangas that are part of this promotion, you also get one of the Kodansha 10th anniversary pins with it. And I will let you know, we started with 150 this week and we're already down to like 60.
Yeah, they're going
And the
fast.
pins are great.
Oh,
yeah,
they
they're
look
awesome.
fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so by the time you hear this, they might be out, they might not. It'd be worth checking out and taking one of these. But every month here throughout the entire year, we're doing these 10th anniversaries. We won't announce next month yet until April, so you have to come back. But yeah, they have not disappointed in some of the quality on these pins.
And then let's see what else we've got in the first round.
Yeah, you had to do my boys One Piece and Gundam wrong and put them against each other in the first round.
We've heard that a couple times.
And then we've got the old school versus the new school, the Berserk versus Goblin Slayer.
I saw that.
That is an interesting matchup.
That's going to be an interesting. Yep,
I feel that's going to be a pretty bloody matchup.
Those are
Those
two dark series.
Yes, I am old school fan, so Berserk is one of my favorites of all time. I'm very excited to finally get my hands on
I bet that's going to be neck to neck, that one.
I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, that one's going to be super close.
And Berserk's got a new deluxe edition coming out through Dark Horse. I think it comes out at the end of March, and that thing is just absolutely beautiful. Size of the Battle Angel Alita books. They went back and they've cleaned it up quite a bit, and that's going to be pretty great, especially for me, who's such a giant fan of Berserk, and I am willing to upgrade all 40-some odd volumes I have of the series. So,
And what do you think of this Overlord and Fruits Basket?
I'm voting for Fruits Basket because I, unfortunately, am not an Overlord fan.
Yeah.
So, but I think Fruits Basket's going to win, especially with all the hype for the new series.
I think that's
It's
that's
going to
put
make the
down.
Final Four, I think.
Ooh, that's a good call right
I mean,
there.
its
That could
main
be
competition
a
is
hot
going to be
take.
Fate Stay Night is going to be like its biggest competition, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Unless like the Promised Neverland. Like,
Yeah, it's
so.
got a tough bracket there looking at it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Rising of the Shield Hero too is no. I mean,
Oh yeah. The new season just started
Yeah.
for that, so they've got a bunch of new fans and recency there.
I really like Revolutionary Guerrilla Lieutenant versus Pop Team Epic.
Yeah. That'll show you
You
where we're
got
at.
the cultural phenomenon that was Pop Team Epic versus one of the greatest anime series of all time, and I think there are new Utena fans every year that get introduced to that show. It is
That's
so
right.
great. And just a fair warning to anybody, those Ultra editions of that Utena set, they are getting low.
Yeah.
So if you are a huge
Yeah,
fan of
good
that
call.
series, I would say, and it's on sale right now. One of the great things about this Anime Madness too is all the titles that are included on this are currently have products that are on sale. We've selected a couple from each that are just going to be on sale during the tournament. And every time one of the titles gets eliminated through every round, those titles will be taken down. So if you want some of those titles to stay on sale a little bit longer, maybe you might not have the money right now, and you're like, oh, I'm going to have money in 3 weeks. I really want to get this at this price. You might want to
Then
vote
you
for
better
that to
go
keep
vote.
it
Yeah.
in there. So
Good call.
Vote.
Yeah, we start the voting on Tuesday, the 12th. So once that starts, every round, like you said, every week we're going to eliminate some more of these and get down to the championship. And the championship will be the first weekend of April, I believe.
Mhm.
We're going to, we'll let you know. Make sure you follow us on social media. But once the brackets are due, the voting starts the next day. And as Thomas said, as long as they're still in, they're on sale. And there's a lot of good stuff in here on sale and on the tournament.
for sure.
I looked at the bottom. You mentioned the Mobile Suit Gundam and One Piece matchup here.
Yeah.
And even at the top of this one, Devilman. This looks like a tough bracket too. It's got the Magical Girls you mentioned.
Mhm.
Devilman's in this bracket, and then Hell's Game No Life. Seeing coming out of there, I don't know. When you get down to the Final Four, if you've made it as far as you can, you're going to have some great titles that might get a lot of fan bases kind of going, getting rowdy because.
Yeah.
I guess that's what the madness is all about.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing is you've got two minds on it. You've always got the people who they vote for what they actually like, and then you have the people who try to think how others think. Like, oh, how is the overall going to vote? I've always been kind of one to go with my gut on that kind of what I kind of lead towards. Filling out just NCAA brackets. Going from Michigan State, I gotta tell you, Michigan State's in the Final Four every year.
Yeah, of course.
I gotta kind of have them there. I'm sorry. So,
Man.
And you can see brackets get busted on the first day
Oh, yeah.
when that happens.
yeah,
Do you like Michigan State?
There's going to be a lot of brackets busted in this.
Yeah.
There's going to be some complaints.
You got to get in there and
office.
vote.
Because you've got mega titles going up against each other the very first round, so you could be in some serious damage after the first round.
Get in there and vote. You're in this, unlike the other ones, you can kind of help control this. If you vote, you tell your friends to vote, your groups, your clubs, everything like that. Tell your parents to go vote. Tell your classmates. If you're working on a group project, make sure they all go vote and do something. Just get as many votes as you can for your team, for your title here, and get them through to the end. Last year, Sword Art Online won the whole thing, and I know they're still in it, so we got defending champs coming back. And they ended up going against Gundam Wing last year in the championship, I believe. So we've got, there's a good chance that coming out of here that they don't even get past the first round this year. That's just how much things can change year over year.
Are we going to say who chose what to win, or are we going to keep that a secret?
I want to keep mine as a secret.
then we'll revisit it for sure once we can verify.
Okay.
But I think
Be
the
sad
next
about it.
podcast, everyone will,
Yep.
blur out what
And they'll have
Jenny
their
put
brackets
down.
in.
Jenny put down this.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea. Just in case. So, with the Anime Madness starting next week, we are also getting ready to take a trip. we're going to be heading down to Naka-Kon.
Yes.
Just next week. The time has come.
Finally get to see Kansas City.
Yeah, down in
Kansas
Overland
City.
Park, Kansas City. Your first time in Kansas City?
Yes, it's always been like a drive-by city for me, like just a way to. But I've always wanted to see the city,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so it's like this is finally like I actually get to see it.
Right on. I think you're gonna like it.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be busy there. We are gonna be busy. We have panels going every day down there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have some kind of panel. A lot of stuff that we're bringing to give away. We'll have blind bags and other stuff to sell at our booth. So come by, say hi to us. But the panels are going to be really fun because not only do we have our industry panel where we'll talk about some new stuff going on, we will also be interviewing one of the voice actors, the character Wu Fei in Gundam Wing while we're there, one-on-one with the Japanese voice actor Ryuzo Ishino. That's going to be happening Saturday night while we're there. For the first time ever, we're also going to be having a panel for 18 plus only.
Yeah, we'll be hosting a hentai panel, which I'm still in the process of working on, but I think that one should be a lot of fun. I'm looking to have some audience participation in that one to create a little bit of excitement.
You're not looking; it's required.
Yeah. You're
That's
getting your
what it
IDs
is.
checked at the door.
Define participation.
Anything you want.
Answer questions. That's
Most
the best we
awkward
can do.
moment in our podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to give.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna go there, but since we're
I
there,
think everyone
It's
was
18
thinking
plus
it.
panel we're
Yeah,
talking about.
everyone was thinking
But
it.
we also have a trivia panel going on too. I believe that one's going to be Sunday.
Yep, that's right.
We're just going to host a little trivia. I'm going to do some name that anime openings, name that anime endings. Everybody who comes to those, just bring your cell phone with you. Everybody will be able to participate. We'll have winners and prizes for that one too. I think that one will be a lot of
They
fun as
sound
well.
easy, but it's going to be hard.
So
knowing you.
I've had two of my department people do the openings one so
And
far.
I imagine who
one of them
those
scored
would
15 out of 20, and another one scored 5 out of 20.
Ooh.
So,
Quite the range.
and I thought I picked easy ones. I really did. I went with like pretty big shows that had openings that were really, really popular.
yeah.
And it's still
Wow.
because the clips I show are just the music videos they're associated with. Because if I show the clip from the anime,
You'll
people are
know.
probably gonna
Yeah.
be able to get it right away. So
Interesting.
it's just the song they get to hear, and then they have to guess from 4 choices. And yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's
I'll have to
multiple
test
choice.
you after this and see how you do, Jenny.
I'm actually going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so on Sunday, so
So I won't show it to you.
Yeah, keep it a secret. She'll be in the crowd.
I'm always in a secret. You don't know my bracket, you don't know my answers.
Oh, I know your bracket.
Shroud and
Oh, yeah,
mystery.
in
that's
my
right.
office.
That's right. You're my manager.
So that's going to be a lot. I mean, just saying, we'll be busy. We'll have a lot of stuff to do. And from even that giveaway, the hentai panel, our normal industry panel, we're going to give away a lot of prizes too. So if you
And you
are
have
down
our
there,
booth.
yeah, and then our booth,
yeah.
we're going to
Yeah,
have
make
giveaways.
sure you stop at the booth too.
Absolutely.
Never forget the booth.
So that'll be fun. It is it is supposed to be pretty cold still. I mean, we're Midwest, and that
Yeah.
happens. It is still supposed to be
But I mean,
pretty cold.
It's more south than Iowa.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe a
Hopefully.
vacation, a spring break vacation here for a
Yeah.
weekend. Get away to where it's
The
much
type of
warmer.
winter we had, even if it's 30s or low 40s, I think that we'll be grateful for that.
Yeah, we're
It
heading
was
south.
cold
Probably.
last year too.
I remember being a cold, but maybe it's that recent memory idea. It just feels so much colder right now.
Yeah, it does.
And all the
Lovely.
snow on the ground. That's
Mhm.
that's always good.
Oh, we got daylight savings time, so
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh,
always
my
the
gosh.
first sign that things are going to be getting better. So,
Thanks for reminding me that I'm losing an hour of sleep.
well, it's a Sunday, so at least you have the day off work, so you'll have time to switch things over.
Well, and we are going down. Even that's this weekend too. Is a convention, a little local convention here at Drake University. But still gets plenty
Bulldogs.
of people. Absolutely, still get plenty of people in here,
Mhm.
and that'll be our first kind of setting up with this. We don't have panels going on, but we have a booth. You know, saying hi to the fans, making it a little bit, adding some product to their current booth, their vendor room right now, and just kind of hanging out for the afternoon. It's going to be a good time. But I forgot about daylight savings already, so I'm glad you mentioned that. That's
That's what I'm here for.
Thanks for looking out.
To remind people of the things that they really hate deep down inside, which is losing an hour of sleep.
Well, that is precious to me, and a lot of people would agree.
Yeah.
with me.
Seconded, absolutely.
Well, as you guys have heard, our weather here has been not so pleasant with the snow and whatnot, so a lot of us has been spending a lot of time indoors. So, what manga has everybody been reading?
Ooh. Good question. I'm trying to think of the last one that I have the latest. Too much rambling.
Well, that's just I saw this on the group discussion.
I've been reading,
yeah.
okay,
No,
I've been
I didn't
reading
add
kind
anything
of
in there.
more of a side story, a prequel to the anime series Gangsta. So I've been reading
yeah.
Gangster Curse,
Yep.
and that one is pretty good for a lot of graphic things that children can do, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it shows where he came from, right? It shows, isn't that the
one of the mafia families. So it starts with
Yeah.
his story, and then it doesn't have too much of like Nicholas Brown and
Yeah.
in it too much, but that side story of the mafia family that actually helps them out with Nicholas Brown. That's the story that we're following.
Yeah, I have looked through this a little bit. I mean, big fan of Gangster too.
Yeah.
And this, I guess I'm trying to think of where it ties in. Like, I know you said it's dark. Is it as dark as Gangsta? Is it?
You pretty much.
Is it?
I just
Okay.
think it for me with seeing the abilities that these children have because they're trained to kill the Twilights in there, and the drawings in there are done in a way where I think it's a little dull. It is rated 16 plus,
Sure.
but I didn't think I'd be like seeing that to that extent.
I got
yeah.
you.
Yeah. But it is a good
interesting.
series if anyone wants to kind of read like a side story or kind of like a little prequel to a good series. That one I would recommend.
Cool. Yeah, let me borrow that when you're done.
I have not read any of the manga. I watched the anime and I really enjoyed it, and I found out the company who was making it went bankrupt.
Yeah.
It was the last thing they ever made, so if
But at least it went out with a...
yeah, if Gangsta ever gets sequels or anything like that, it's gonna have to be done by a different studio.
Oh,
but
right,
That's
yeah.
not necessarily always a bad thing either if somebody else picks it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good one. What else are you reading?
Oh man, I guess I had the pleasure of reading Aria the Masterpiece, that new omnibus collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my first time reading Aria, so I thought it was actually very good for what it was. It was if you don't know, it's set in the far future where Mars has been terraformed into this Mediterranean-esque paradise, and it centers around this Venetian-based city where, like Venice, they have gondolas and gondoliers, and it's about this young girl who dreams of becoming a gondolier, so she joins a gondola company named Aria, coincidental, I guess. And it's about her daily adventures around the city, discovering the different places, the different people, and herself. So it's actually but what really makes this is that it's just got beautiful art. It's one of my favorite art I've seen in manga, and especially with more like thoughtful panel layouts.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because like there's a scene where they end up going around in circles, and so every page has the same panel layout as the next one.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which creates like a really we are going around in circles with the readers.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
that was a fun little details like that, which make the reading experience.
Your like full review that is on like their blog.
Oh yeah,
Yes, so,
yep.
yeah.
I wrote a blog post for it, and you can read it right now at brightstuffanime.com.
Sure.
Is there any titles that we have seen recently on our website that we think we kind of want to read? Like, I want to read Plus Size. What is that called? Plus Size L?
I will
Yeah.
let you borrow that. My wife got it and she said it was absolutely hilarious.
It is actually
Yeah,
hilarious?
we kind of set aside time. She reads way more than I do, but I try to set aside some time every week to read. But I remember her reading that Plus Size Elf and just throughout the whole thing. She was just
The
laughing
cover
out loud.
even, it looks
Yeah.
hilarious too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of takes everything to the extreme, and it has a lot of really good inside jokes to it, jokes like ecchi jokes and stuff like that. So I peered through it to kind of see why she was laughing so hard, and there is some good humor in there. So
Yeah.
We'll have to get your review on that too, then.
The Plus Size
Yeah,
L. Well, I think
absolutely.
there's like a second one out.
I think
Or for
volume
pre-
2
for
is pre-order right now.
pre-order.
But no, I will for sure let you borrow that one. I know she's going to be getting volume 2 for sure on that one.
But Michael, you might be interested. This title just got added to the store, but it's called a skeleton in another world. So you probably heard this set up.
Another world.
So you probably heard this set up before. There's this MMORPG player who ends up waking up inside his MMORPG.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets to be his player character, which is a skeleton knight. And so he gets to go around and have adventures as a skeleton.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be good. Yeah, the last 2 reviews I've done for some reason have been in another world type thing.
Wait,
The pizza parlor and
They
the
should
vending
be
machine.
like turned into an anime series.
Yeah.
Like that vending
It's
machine
still-
one.
Well, I'm still
Definitely.
waiting for vending machine.
It just reminds me of Overlord when I hear about that one of some person that gets stuck in an MMORPG,
Yep.
the giant skeleton. Except for he's an all powerful, the most powerful person in the game as of this point. I've only been watching the anime. I've not read the manga, but
Yeah.
I know even at the end of the 3rd season, he was still kind of the most strongest one out there. So
The one anime series that I've been watching, love it, is Golden Kamui.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now I kind of want to read the manga series of that one.
so the manga is way better.
The manga is way
It
better.
is,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
I actually stopped watching the anime just because I wasn't a huge fan of the animation.
Right, okay.
And it didn't have that spark that the manga has. But yeah, the manga, like once you start picking it up and reading it, it's awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just the anime is great. I think it's a really good companion. It's just one of those cases where I think that the manga is just the best way to go between the two. So, and I mean was a Viz signature series. I think they're on almost volume 7 or volume 8 now.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's like kind of up there in volumes right
Yeah,
now.
moving along.
Have you been keeping up with Promised Neverland?
I have
Yeah, did you watch the latest episode yesterday?
no.
No?
I was kind of mad I didn't have time to
Oh.
watch it, but has anyone else?
Yep,
like,
that's the only
watched-
one I haven't. Well, I haven't watched the most recent one, but I'm caught up with everything else.
Yeah, it's cruising right along. I'm still.
Have you read our tweets have you read the tweet I tweeted like what are your thoughts from the previous one with the ending of what happened to Emma? Have you been watching it?
I've seen the first episode.
Oh.
So
Your face was just kind of like
I've just been chilling, waiting for all the episodes in the season to drop.
That is one of the rare shows that I have actually been reading on Shonen Jump through the app on my phone. So I think they're on chapter like 121 in Japan.
Yeah.
And they've had some really huge ones lately, and it's funny to see where they're at in the show right now, and then be reading the manga so much farther ahead and seeing how all these key things are happening that are going to lead to events that happen down the road. It is very. I get like the Game of Thrones feeling out of it.
Thank you. That's a good.
Where I see you see
opinion,
these building blocks, and you don't know where they're really building to, but eventually they're going to get to some really amazing moments.
Every moment is such an intense moment. It's like oh my gosh, and then you're figuring out who's going against who, and then all my guesses have been wrong in that show.
Yeah. No, I'm
like, oops.
I did like the spoiler alert for those who are not caught up. The way how they did the Sister Crone death.
Okay.
I thought that was done extremely well with the flashbacks and stuff, because it's sometimes hard to show in an anime the same feeling that you get off panels in a manga. Like the way I thought it was done in the manga was very well done, where it shows her background and stuff like that. And I think the way they did the flashbacks with the moment where she's, just
But you feel for all of them because they're all trapped in this terrible world. Like even though they are terrible to each other, but you feel for them, for each one of them, because they have to live like this. There isn't a choice right now.
Yeah. I eventually, those who are watching the show, we will get background on Mother, which is going to be pretty cool. So.
Wait, it happened in this recent episode?
No,
okay.
coming up.
He's reads them.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good stuff. So
you have to be careful when you're talking to Tom, as like he's very good about the spoilers, but he always knows more than we will know. So far out.
I mean, yeah, and then like things like Attack on Titan, I have to be very quiet because I'm caught up in that one and that one. I think the manga it's getting close to the end. I think maybe we got another year or two, and I think they'll be over.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that one's got a new season coming out in April too, and next season is going to be insane. I'm probably going to have to use all my vacation time for take off one day a week just to catch up on everything. We've got the return of One Punch Man.
Yep.
We've got the new Fruits Basket, Attack on Titan, Carol and Tuesday, which is the new Shinichiro Watanabe.
Super excited.
He's taking another shot at music, it looks like this time.
Yeah.
He did Kids on the Slope, for those who've seen it. It was a very awesome show. And then UFO Table, who's known for almost all the Fate stuff, just beautiful animation, is doing an adaptation of Demon Slayer, which is a really good Viz manga, and that looks to be absolutely incredible too. I mean, usually I pick 2 or 3 shows in a season, I'll be like, I'm going to follow this, but I'm like writing down what I'm going to have to watch. I'm like, I don't have enough time.
Yeah, this year it's like, I don't have enough time. There's so many good things coming out, good anime.
And then Fruits Basket, for those who are lucky enough, they're going to be doing a little theatrical showing as well. They're going to do a theatrical for Demon Slayer too, I just read today. So it's what a time to be alive that we can go to theaters and see the first couple episodes
Take
of these
my money.
premieres. Yeah. And get free swag too. I think the Fruits Basket events is giving away free swag. So.
Yep.
But,
Let's go watch some soap with nuts.
yeah.
Well, even just talking about that, the next week Fate hits theaters, so we have that on. That's going to be we're down in Kansas City for Naka-Kon, but Fate hits on the 14th.
March 14th,
Yep. And then Made in Abyss has their theatrical run there. The Journey's Dawn, they're going to have. But yeah, just a week after that, March 20th and March 25th, a couple of showings, and we go right into Ghibli Fest, and that's not even counting everything that's not at the
Penguin
theaters.
Highway's coming up too.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. We've got quite a slate. You're right. Imagine telling somebody 10, 15 years ago that you would have anime at the theater not only every month but multiple times a month and multiple different shows. They'd laugh at you.
They would, and I mean, I remember just as recently as 2 years ago when I started working for this particular department, they would talk about anime movies, and people would be like, "Oh, we're going to go to Kansas City, or we're going to go to Omaha." Now they're all coming to Des Moines. Now we just get to go down the street. We can go see the movies
more and
here.
more locations
So
for
they are
this
hitting
stuff.
more and more theaters across the country.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And Jake, you just got a chance to see Heaven's Feel, the first Fate Stay Night movie. What did you think of it?
So nothing, as you just kind of mentioned, just the beauty of it. Nothing really it is top tier for sure. I followed along pretty good, I think. Just I'm not deep into the Fate world, but I think I will be very soon after that. It definitely had me, looking up some articles and looking up other things and trying to see where I can go from there on it.
Yeah.
But everything about it just was beautifully done.
I love
The
looking
flow
at all
was
the
perfect.
fake
I know, isn't it?
figures. on
Everything
our
that they
website.
do with that, especially this one, the
I want
animation
this
is just
one,
gorgeous.
I want
Yeah.
one of Saber.
I would watch that again and again, just for that part of it. Nothing about it feels, out of place at all.
Yeah.
And the storyline, not getting too far ahead of it, but it definitely led into hey, there should be a part 2 of this, and obviously there is, and probably more and more parts to that in different volumes or different platforms for different stuff. I know you're a big fan, Thomas, and kind of introduced me to this, but we're trying to find a place, and we'll just have to have that conversation about where I can get started on some more of this or diving into it.
Yeah, these movies are really good, I think. Like you said, you kind of had to wiki a couple of things afterwards, because it is very fast paced. It gets right into it because it's 3 movies instead of a television show. And for those of you who are wondering why there have been so many Fate Stay Night adaptations, it's going based off of 3 different characters that were, I can't remember what the name of it. They're the novels in Japan where you read them.
The visual novels.
Visual novels,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's been 3 different visual novels. Each one follows one of the main female characters. The character of Sakura is who they're following in the Heaven's Feel. Saber, who's who they followed in the original 2000s, and then Rin's arc was the Unlimited Blade Works arc. So, but I think honestly this one is kind of the most successful out of all of them, and it's just been really, really good. I'm really excited for Lost Butterfly to see what they do with that one, and each one they make just looks better.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we had, it had its theatrical run. Now, as of yesterday, we have a new title that we put on the website that has a new limited edition volume. Probably one of the most, at least around here, and people talking about a silent voice when it hit the theatrical run a couple years ago and went kind of quiet, and then nobody had the license and wasn't getting released. It did its other theatrical run. There is a standard version coming out, and we were proud to announce yesterday that we have a limited edition volume coming out now. It's going to come out in November, and it's going to have, it's going to have a lot of extras on it.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at a 60-page art and storyboard booklet. Let's see. We've got interviews with the director, composer, art director, character design, a look at the real-life locations that were in Asylum Boys, which those are really awesome. If you've ever seen like Onahana or anything like that, they use real locations, and like to just see them side by side with the animation, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then it'll all be housed in a really nice limited edition premium package as well. But yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome.
I know our production department gets to work on this. They are super excited, and as we get some artwork in and some, a little further along in the process, we'll be posting as much as we possibly can and some behind the scenes stuff on here. So, if you follow us on social media, Right Stuff Anime, or follow Nozomi, we're going to have a lot of this stuff, as much behind the scenes things as we can possibly do. 11 Arts is the actual license holder for that, and we're going to help put together this limited edition set and get it out to everyone by November.
And for those of you, we also have the Makia limited edition up as well too, and that's another one that our team is working on as well, and that one's going to be pretty awesome. That was my favorite anime film from last year, so I am one of those pre-orders for the
we kind of had a heart-to-heart talking about it. Not really heart-to-heart, but it was like in one of our episodes we talked about it,
Yeah, any chance I get to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Especially since it did get nominated for Best Movie at the Anime Awards this year. Maybe
I
pretty
hear
sad.
some like...
But it's the same reason why I don't talk about the Oscars very much.
It's
okay.
It
just makes me
it's all right.
inside.
Let it be.
There's a time and place for it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to about wrap it up for this nice, beautiful Friday afternoon here at Right Stuff Anime. What are you doing this week? Are you going to be watching anything this weekend? Do you have anything that you've been trying to get caught up on?
The Promised Neverland.
Yeah, me too, after that, at least that one episode.
I'm I'm finishing up the Code Geass movies. There is a new, Funimation is releasing the, I think it's called Lelouch of the Resurrection, which is going to be a sequel to the Code Geass series. I know that we got kind of, it's not really a prequel, it kind of was Aikido the Exile that came out that takes place between the first Code Geass movie and the second Code Geass movie. But they've got a new one coming out, and they just released in a really nice steelbook, the 3 movies of Code Geass, and I've been kind of watching those, and it's been my first rewatch of it since it started. They started releasing it through Bandai back in the day, so it's been a fun rewatch. There are things that hold up better than others. The mech scenes are great. The war scenes are awesome. I was never a big fan of all the shenanigans that happen in the school, and the best part about the movies is they cut a lot of that out. So you get all the good stuff there. But yeah, it's been a good refresher to get ready for the Lelouch of the Resurrection, which is going to be coming out in a couple months. So
now I'm going to be working on finishing up the first season of Food Wars.
So
I know you guys are watching stuff that's all cutting edge. I'm going to go back a couple years.
I go further back. I'm watching Clannad right now.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, I wonder if I can go further back than you guys then too, because I'm binging through Gundam Wing right now. So I have since we're doing the panel here next week, I wanted as much info as possible. I'm almost halfway on the dot through it, so. With a good binging weekend, I might be talking about finalizing this on Monday.
Don't forget about Endless Waltz.
Oh, don't worry. I have that ready to go too.
So we just kind of want to leave with your a final thought to you guys to start off your weekend and maybe for like the rest of your life. But just remember, kids, the ocean is so salty because everyone pees in it. Goku.
See you next time.
With that said, Michael, why don't you read the disclaimer?
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Right Stuff Anime.
Way to go.
Bye, everybody.